Brad Boys looking for Tavares. Strike. Tavares already with 3 shots. Down low for Molson. In front, score! Brad Boys, power play goal. Islanders' first goal of the series here in Game 1, largely due to the 6-10 minute misconducts that were issued during the latter portion of the third period. Now a chance for the Islanders, and they score! It beats Fleury from a tough angle. Colin McDonald pulls the Islanders to an N1. Dupuis cutting wide on McDonald. Centering pass off the skate of Hamonic. And now it's Nielsen back the other way. Bailey shoots just wide. Comes in front, they score! Matt Martin ties the game at 3. In a 3-3 game.
Double shifting Crosby.
Here is Oposo. Turns and shoots just wide. And it bounces in off Fleury. The Islanders take a 4-3 lead.
And Oposo starts it back now. Drops it for Wisnowski. Excellent puck-moving defenseman. Slides it across the front. Bounces off a Penguin. Then one of the Islanders got a stick at it. It's in the net. And it's a goal. Far board by Colin McDonald. And the Islanders able to clear. That was just the second Penguin shot on goal. The Islanders, Brian, have 6. Wagner centering pass. Score! Cizikas makes it 2-0. Morrow sends it deep, and it's picked up now by Jussi Jokinen, who's run into by Carter. Brendan Morrow throws it across. Look out here. Franz Nielsen turns. Oh, nice play by Oposo. Stays outside and he scores! Varying opinions on that hit and the suspension now as it's picked up by Bailey. He slides it across. He's got Tavares. Boys cutting to the net. Tavares with a wrist shot. John Tavares has tied it for the Islanders.
The puck moves at the side of the Penguins' goal, knocked down by Cizikas. At the line, held by Brian Straight, the former Penguin. There's a long shot, scores! Brian Straight gives the Islanders the lead. Greg Adams lost the puck to Tavares, and John Tavares works his way in. Drops it back to Boys. Sends it in front, knocked away by Orpik. Strike with a shot, scores! Mark Strike, power play goal! In front of Fleury, who swatted that away with the blocker. Strike to Hamonic. Hamonic, long shot, Fleury the save, rebound, moves in front of Oposo, couldn't pull the trigger. Saves it back in front, they score! Kyle Oposo ties it up! Held at the line neatly by Boyd, down to Cizikas. Out there along with Bailey and Boyd, now the centering pass goes all back to Strike. Winds in front, scores! Mark Strike! They're not going anywhere.
I liked it so much they decided to sign an extension to stay here for
Now
a little
Boyd
longer.
knocks it down. In front, Tavares. John Tavares sends it back in front. Save made, rebound, score! John Tavares and the Islanders lead. Oh, what a goal by John Tavares! 30 seconds to go in the third period. Letang to Malkin. Poked away by Wisnowski. And again, Fleury has to retreat. In comes Cizikas. Casey Cizikas works his way in. Scores! Casey Cizikas! And the Islanders lead by 2! Pandemonium! But Carter pitches up. And Carter. Taking it up with the official, plays out to the other side to Bailey. Back in front, Tavares, loose, shoots, scores! John Tavares! fishes that out. And away come the Islanders. Keith the coin. And to Michael Grabner. He and Paul Martin go in, and Grabner takes it in very carefully. Sends it the coin. Backdoor pass. They score! Colin McDonald gives the Islanders the lead again. Center ice, it bounced by Niskanen. And Gokuin has to be careful with that. It bounced out of his glove, and he swept that away. Now stolen by McCoy. McCoy sends it across. Score! Michael Grabner and the Islanders lead.
And where to reverse that puck.
Brouwer on the hand, looking for Johansson. This is Nelson streaking into fire, and he scores. Brock Nelson gives New York the lead. Pretty rich tradition in Orono, Maine, isn't it?
Sure is.
Strome fires and scores right off the draw with a dart.
It's pretty nice for a big fella, isn't it?
Fancy footwork. Franz Nielsen delicately to the slot. There's a Poso to turn and fire. At the doorstep, Holtby sprawls, and then it's tucked in. Josh Bailey has made it 3-1. There's Niskanen for Backstrom. Good read, though. The Islanders swarm to it. This one's toward the empty cage and just sent wide by Anders Lee, but look who got there first. It's Brock Nelson to tuck it home, and the Islanders are going to win game 1. During the regular season, it stayed that way back on Wednesday. They were 10-3-2 against the Metro on the road this year. As Clutterbuck works in, here's a 2-on-1 with Cizikas. Clutterbuck fires, he scores! Cal Clutterbuck. Tavares, swing and a miss. Wisnowski sends it wide. Strome keeps it hot. Tavares turns the corner. John Tavares for Strome on a one-timer, he scores! The Islanders lead by 2.
Just about pylons in front of their net. Just very stationary because of the speed and heavy game the Capitals are playing.
Bailey on the move, cross rink, wide open here. Oposo fires, he scores! Kyle Oposo quiets the crowd.
And turning on is Hickey. Hickey leads it ahead. Shot, one save made. Rebound. Oh, and Oposo couldn't get it through. Laid to the back. Wisnowski a shot. Score! Boychuk begins. And that one grabbed and pitched aside by Holtby. Carlson off Ward, kept alive. Leddy a shot. Oh, directed on goal. Score! Tavares!
Here comes Clutterbuck, 15 seconds. Clutterbuck with a shot, turn aside, Cizikas scores! On the rebound, we are tied at 1.
5-on-5, Washington doubling up New York, shots on goal, 6-3 to this point. Leddy pinched in from point position. Good setup there for Bailey. He rockets to score. Through the screen, Josh Bailey makes it 1-0.
Wide ahead on the right side. Here's Strome, who has the one chance for the Islanders. Tavares is in. John Tavares scores! Along with Ovechkin, Joel Ward was knocked down. Tavares to the attack. Tavares through and almost got that one by. Look at Ovechkin with a huge hit on Tavares. Shake it up, loose puck. Score! We are down to the final minute here in regulation time. Boychuk cuts it off, ahead to Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck a chance, scores!
Bumps and bruises on their blue line. No Wisnowski, no DeHaan, no Hamonic all series. Franz Nielsen gets in there. Wrister, it squirts through! Franz Nielsen has tied it!
Kudler and Boychuk. Strome comes over.
Look out.
An opportunity for Brock Nelson. He scores! The prior 6 playoff games were with Columbus 2 years ago against Pittsburgh. Here's Tavares. Nice move. Slides it across for a shot. They score! On the power play, the Islanders tie it. Off the beautiful feed from Tavares, it is Franz Nielsen. Shots are 30-19. Panthers with 30 shots on Thomas Greiss. Now an opportunity for Tavares. He scores! With 21.8 seconds remaining in the second. Won Stanley Cups in 91 and 92 with the Penguins. Campbell had it taken away by Tavares, and Oposo scores! What a play by John Tavares to strip the puck. Kyle Oposo gives the Islanders their first lead of the night. Game series against Pittsburgh in 2013. Back behind the play, Nick Leddy shaken up. Here comes Alan Quine, nice move. And then a shot stopped by Luongo, rebound, score! Ryan Strome! 5-3 Islanders.
Out of their zone to see if they've got anything left.
Nielsen dumps it in. Big hit by Nielsen on the forecheck against Gabranson. I know the goaltender Greiss goes to the bench. Letty's drive, stop, rebound, score! Tavares buries the carom off the end boards just as Greiss got to the Islander bench.
The draw. Oposo now at the right point. There's Tavares back to Oposo. Ready to load up. That big shot as Pulock scores! Ryan Pulock has his first NHL goal. Is the first for the Islanders in Brooklyn. Who's in a real battle with Ekblad. Puck along the boards. A Gahan shot, and that deflects off target. Moving up on the other side, it's Pulock centered. Shot scores! Shane Prince, his first in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. And again, we mentioned it earlier, Florida, the one weakness during the regular season, that's penalty kill rank 24th. Here's Nielsen scores! Backhand Nielsen! His second power play goal! Game tied! Try and apply the pressure. Kuhlman up high, threw it at the net, off of the glove of Luongo, but a rebound was loose momentarily in front. That deflected on the way in. And now another center pass. Hickey scores! The Islanders win on an overtime goal by Thomas Hickey.
Pulock for Tavares. Tavares moves in front, shoots, and scores!
From Jedlitsky, and now Hickey to work. Through center, Islanders to the attack. Nielsen pulls the trigger. Loose puck, Hickey shot. Rebound scores! Franz Nielsen catches the rebound for the first time. The Islanders strike first. Jussi Jokinen. First stop by Luongo, a beauty. Jedlitsky at the point. Hickey back. Jedlitsky across. And a score! Alan Quine with his first Stanley Cup playoff goal. And it's an overtime winner for the Islanders. Up along the boards, Trocheck may get a whack at it here. Vincent Trocheck drops it off. Here's the shot. Smith in front, and it rolls wide. Close call, but the Islanders still on life. Up comes Leddy in the final minute. Nick Leddy centers. Loose puck, Luongo. Scores! Wide it goes. And now sent ahead, kicked up by Oposo. Tavares, pads
stop Luongo. Tavares back, scores! John Tavares, and the 23-year wait is over.
And the save by Bishop. That's the first Islanders shot. 5.5 minutes in. John Tavares with the puck. Out in front, and Quine shoots wide. Now Hamonic with a shot. He scores! We are tied at 1. And the same final score. Crazy. No shutout tonight. Each team with a first period goal. Palat and Hamonic. Nelson dropping it off. Pass across. Score! French gives the Islanders a 2-1 lead. Brock Nelson with 7 seconds. Ryan Strome with 5. Strome for Prince. He scores! With 2 seconds remaining. Second of the period for Shane Prince. 3-1 Islanders. Islanders with 1:20 remaining on the man advantage. They lead the Lightning 3-1. Here comes Tavares with a shot. He scores! A power play goal for John Tavares. 4-1 Islanders. Lightning trail by 1. As the Islanders force the puck ahead, the net is empty. Here comes Cizikas, slides it across. Clutterbuck scores into an empty net. 5-3 Islanders. Here's Strome to the far side for Quine. Up to Strome. 20 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Shot. Score! Thomas Hickey on the power play. With traffic in front, the Islanders cut the Tampa Bay lead in half. And now Bailey in front. He scores! Back in the lineup, Josh Bailey, his first goal in 22 games. Cizikas, double team behind the Tampa Bay goal. Work free by Clutterbuck. Out for Letty. His shot. He scores! This is Hickey. Out in front. Score! Josh Bailey, his second of the game.
Really difficult for the Lightning, especially if this game goes in extra time.
Here is Clutterbuck. He scores! Big drive, and that deflects wide. Franz Nielsen back out to the point for Letty. Half minute to go on the power play for the Islanders. Kuhlman in front. Score! Kyle Okposo! 1-0 Islanders. Puck comes out to the left point, and now Eberle with a shot. He scores! Jordan Eberle gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead.
And the quickness of getting that puck to the net was what was key, and Eberle was able to find the loose change, low to high, rebound, and great work by Eberle to find the loose change off the...
Devon Taves to the far side. Eberle in front. Score! Brock Nelson. 2-1 Islanders.
And that little move, where it looks like he's going to shoot, takes it to his backhand.
The breaks, shoots. Another save by Murray. Komarov with the puck. Now Letty with a shot. Score!
And a seeing eye shot that gets through traffic by Letty. Murray not able to locate.
The Islander line lost the puck, and Bailey will clear. Picked up by Barzal. Eberle cutting for the net. Barzal holds. Backhand shot. He missed, and then Bailey scores! Islanders win. Josh Bailey at 4:39 of overtime. Josh Bailey with his first career playoff overtime goal. Eberle, 6:40 remaining in the second. Beauvillier, Barzal cutting for the net. Pass across. Save, rebound, score! Beauvillier ties the game at 1.
Barzal gets it out to Beauvillier, and a beautiful feed by Beauvillier. A good save by Matt Murray, but Beauvillier goes right to the blue paint to pick up the loose.
Columbus won the first two on the road against Barry Trotz and the Capitals, who would go on to win the Stanley Cup. Here is Eberle moving in. He scores!
But boy, what a move here after the feed by Barzal for Eberle as he takes it to his backhand, just flips it over the plate.
Far side Eberle, 15 seconds remaining on the penalty shot by Taves. This block, rebound, score! Josh Bailey! 3-1 Islanders.
Islanders do a good job at getting it to the point, and then the rebound opportunity by Josh.
Penguins forward since the second period of game one. Now Pollock with the puck, near side. Eberle a shot. He scores. Jordan Eberle ties the game.
And you talk about a seeing eye shot by Eberle. The pass, the catch, the release, and it's just far down.
2 minutes 49 seconds in game two. And now a 2-on-1 for the Islanders. Nelson shoots. He scores. 2-1 New York.
You have no forward support. You can't pinch up. You can't. There's no forward there. You cannot pinch up. You're hanging Jack Johnson out to dry, and what a shot.
Now Schultz puts the puck out. Knocked down by Taves. Off the stick of Filppula. Filppula regains. Cross-ice pass. Komarov scores! 3-1 Islanders.
Bouncing puck for Jack Johnson. He really can't handle it. And Komarov's going to get that bouncing puck.
Malkin out in front. It was kept away from Gensel. Cleared down ice by Lee. Rolling for the empty net and in.
Well, he was Mr. Football when he played at Edina High School, and this is the ultimate long bomb for the New York Islanders.
It gets deflected. Here's Letang again. One more time, the Islanders knock it away. An odd man opportunity here for the Islanders. 2-on-1. They bring it in, and here is Eberle. Scores! Jordan Eberle continues his hot streak. Bail out his big center iceman. Back behind the net, Kuhnhackl with the hit. Bailey jumps out, centers, and they score! Brock Nelson! The forechecking of the Islanders does it again. Kuhnhackl, Bailey setting up Nelson. They're standing up in front of their TVs yelling, "Let's go Islanders," as they do at Nassau Coliseum, which might not see another game because they can play round two in Brooklyn. They win the faceoff, clear it all the way down and in! And the Islanders look like they've done it. Josh Bailey sends it all the way down and scores the empty net goal. He scored the overtime winner in game one. He may have scored the sweeping goal for the Islanders.
And 5 shots in game one. To the slot, Anders Lee, a backhand for Barzal across. They score! Matt Barzal angles one in off a stick. Power play goal. The Islanders are off.
As the Islanders were trying to work their power play from the blue line in, we had suggested maybe a different look if they could get it set up.
Taves, Eberle calling for it. He'll dance. Eberle and now Bailey. This is Taves. His shot tipped in. A tip out in front. Anders Lee was parked there. What a shot by Devon Taves. Center ice, Leddy. Marked by 3. Williams, one of those, got to stick to it. Now a chance for Bailey. His shot scores! Josh Bailey! With a bullet, moved across for Bailey, a wedge high, Barzal out in front, Eberle back again, Taves holding on with a wrist shot, stopped by McElhinney, they score! Matt Barzal picks up the loose change, and the Islanders get exactly what they want in game number 4, the first goal.
Good job by Barzal to find that puck off the pad of Matt.
Expecting he might meet his old Capitals. Everybody was worried about that, expected.
McElhinney can't get it. Brock Nelson leaks it through. Curtis McElhinney with 69 seconds on the clock.
And coughed up by Connolly, and the Islanders take back over.
This is where the Islanders have to take advantage of those mistakes. Florida does give up a lot of goals.
Restore to the net, they score! J.G. Pajot crushing the goal, puts the Islanders ahead. Juggles, shot it, blocked by Achari. Hands it back to Taves, work to the skates of Bailey again. Approaching the halfway point. Taves, Beauvillier, one-timer, he scores! Anthony Beauvillier on the power play, and it's 2-0 New York.
In this, particularly the second period.
Made 16 saves so far in the game. Panthers don't have a shot here in the second period. The puck is loose. Tom Kuhnhackl left it for Matt Martin, and he scores! The puck came loose. Kuhnhackl dropped it between his legs. The Islanders, who are 0 for 3 in the game.
On Taves. Pollock. Heavy shot. Scores! Ryan Pollock overpowers Bobrovsky. Shari, while he was skating, got it to Lee. Saucered out for Pollock. Pollock has Barzal out high and gives it to him. Return to Ryan Pollock. All the way over. Eberle steps, shoots, scores! Jordan Eberle and the Islanders lead for the first time today. Looking things over, not much movement, so he goes out high for Pollock and then gets it back. Bailey steps, slides for Beauvillier, scored! Anthony Beauvillier with Eberle at the side of the net.
Pollock with the centering pass, misses Huberdeau. Beauvillier's got it. Throws it into the slot, the Pajot shot, and he scores. Oh, the Islanders, a rare scoring opportunity, and Pajot has tied the game at 1. Here's Pollock, fakes the shot. Put right in front, they score, tipped in. The Islanders get one back with 1:27 to go. Steered away by the stick of Bobrovsky. Another point shot that goes wide. Mackenzie Weegar stripped away by Nelson. Nelson has an open man, Bailey. And now the backhander on goal, they score. Beauvillier somehow got that puck by Sergei Bobrovsky. Attempt. Pollock again moves it ahead. Barzal moves in, centering feet, and they score again. And look who it is, Beauvillier. And now the Panthers are behind the 8 ball in an elimination game. It's 2-0 Islanders. All and Nelson in the circle. Nelson works it free. Bailey, cross-ice speed, and they score. Oh, that's an easy one for Nelson. Panthers gave him too much room, and the Islanders now lead it 3-1. Couldn't get the redirection on net. He was alone. And now the other way, Barzal gets in and shoots and scores. Matthew Barzal on the breakaway, and now it's a 4-1 New York lead. Of this best-of-5 Stanley Cup qualifier. Huberdeau lost it. Komarov has a wide-open Pajot, and he scores. And the Panthers will head home, unable today to come up with the effort to force a decisive 5th game.
Combustible mix. It's kicked loose and on the run. It's Barzal hitting the throttle at the Washington line. Eberle crisscrossing to center. Lets it fly. He scores. Jordan Eberle.
Some life to the Islanders going into the locker room.
Eberle from Barzal with just 1:03 remaining in the second. Trimming the Capitals' advantage. Hammer drive from Pollock. Rebound loose. They score. Anders Lee. And clear in deep. Holtby shuffles it to the corner. Nelson anticipated that. Score! Bailey shorthanded. The Islanders lead.
The Capitals way too casual getting back in puck retrieval to start their breakdown.
Pollock keeps it along the boards. Barzal racing in. Wrist shot here. Stop Bailey. Rebound. They score. Beauvillier makes it 4-2. On the interior. Bailey on the outside. Swivels away from Jensen. Bailey with puck control. Leddy fires, and they score. A long-range blast ties this contest. Get it topside for this long-range drive. Deflected, pad stop, rebound. Holtby made another good one there on Clutterbuck.
Yeah, it might be the best of the game because Clutterbuck right in the high.
Still dangerous, they score. Martin has made it 2-1. Insisting that one beat Holtby. It rang the iron. Shy of the 7-minute mark, the scoring has erupted, and now there's a breakaway waltz for Nelson. In solo, he scores! Brock Nelson makes it 3-2. Intended for Eller, never reached his blade.
And a long outlet, Joe. They've got to make short passes against this Islander team.
Dmitry Orlov coughed it up to the front, looking for Clutterbuck. It scores! It floats in. Insurance for New York. Right into the referee, gets it right back. Loose puck in front, cleaned up by Pelech. And Pajot will clear. Prior to that assist, this one goes to the open goal. Right on target.
For Eberle, Nelson to the net. Eberle got it to him, and Holtby got across. The rebound hit the post. Stays out, comes to the corner. Anders Lee pops it free. Pollock over for Pelech. As everybody's scrambling, they send it to the front, and they score. Anders Lee with 3 in 3 games. Pushed it around for Derek Brassard. Brassard hangs onto it and finds an open Eberle. Eberle for Barzal. He's behind the defense. Matt Barzal scores! Matt
Barzal beats Braden Holtby. It's a 3-0 series lead.
What a great move by Barzal as he just came into the inside. His first overtime goal, Brendan.
Get it. Shoulders with down. Pajot keeps it away. Played out to the line. Mayfield makes a move around Verona. Shot, tip, score! J.G. Pajot! Islanders so far, shots are 6-1. J.G. Pajot with a deflection goal. Scored the icebreaker for the Isles as Matt Barzal adds to it. Matt Barzal slipped right through. He appreciates the pass, and the Islanders are up 2-0.
Last 8. Swivels away from some pressure. Comes through the seam. Feed it inside for Nelson. Rejected by Holtby. Beauvillier there. The open net, he scores.
Took all of 17 seconds with down in the box on a hooking.
Kuznetsov. Pelech right there to close ranks on him. And Bailey rockets out of the zone. Bailey, toe drag move is pretty. Beauvillier to his backhand. He scores. A gorgeous goal for New York. Kuznetsov, two-man game. Kuznetsov fires, patted down by Varlamov, and the rebound spiked out of there by the Isles all the way towards the empty cage. Are you kidding? Right in the heart. And the Islanders are in business.
First and foremost, everything they did to get us back, calling the favorite game that we absolutely love.
3 cheers, boys and girls. Well done. At the line, the strip. Bailey pot shots towards the empty goal. Bullseye. New York can celebrate.
The Flyers trying to get out of trouble. Along the board, Scott Lawton had it. He lost it. Andy Green now for Brock Nelson. Back for Green. Green with a shot. He scores! Andy Green through some traffic out in front. 13:54 left in period 1. Rejected by Sanheim. Stolen by the Islanders. Adam Pelech. He'll go deep with it. Sanheim is back. Ross Johnston all over him. It's dug out. There's Pajot. He scores! Jean-Gabriel Pajot makes it 2-0 Islanders.
One pass Varlamov yet. You can bet the frustration's going to mount if that continues.
Barzal for the Islanders this way. Jordan Eberle back for Barzal. He has a man in front, and they score! Anders Lee on the weak side. All smiles. No doubt. Niskanen now. Lays it off the glass. Taves by Niskanen. Empty net situation. Bullseye. Carter Hart on the bench. Empty net goal. 4-0 Islanders. Sean Couturier. He'll take it in. Swing it back for Nick Leddy. Leddy holding on to it. They have Ryan Pulock on the near point. He has that big shot. Barzal out in front. They score! Anders Lee gets a beautiful pass from Matt Barzal, and the Islanders are on the scoreboard. And on Nick Leddy. Goes off the pad of Grice looking for the rebound that's cleaned up. And it's sped out to center by Beauvillier to the outside. Bailey, Beauvillier in tight. He scores! Anthony Beauvillier brings the Islanders within 1. 2:17 left. We'll keep an eye on Thomas Grice. In a 3-2 game led by the Flyers, a turnover. Pajot with a shot. He scores! Jean-Gabriel Pajot has tied it. Hayes, a handoff, doesn't connect with Farabee. It's pawed down by Sanheim and forged in by Eberle. Out of the corner, Barzal out in front. Hart can't get to that one. Matt Martin gets the goal. He came up with the save, and then it was poked home, and the Islanders have tied it.
Forced Niskanen's hand.
Carried in onside. It's Brassard. His shot shouldered down by Hart. 9 seconds left in the period. A steal. Brassard out in front of Chance, and it scores! Great forechecking by the Islanders. Leo Komarov on the doorstep. Brassard did all the work. Support out of the corner. Moved back for Nick Leddy. Now turning with it, Ryan Pulock. Moved across for Eberle. He'll dust it off. His shot. Lee in front. They score! Anders Lee, where he makes his living right out in front. It's a power play goal and a 2-goal lead for the Islanders. Again, he'll advance it. Fire it all the way across for Beauvillier. And in control is Phil Myers, but not out. Cut off by Bailey. Josh Bailey, Brock Nelson. His shot. He scores! Brock Nelson goes top shelf. The ice has been broken in game number 4. The Islanders with a 1-0 lead. Will dump it in. He'll get after it. Given a shot by Leo Komarov. Devon Taves for Scott Mayfield. He sets up Pajot. He's right in. Shut down by Elliott. Right on the line. It rolls in. Jean-Gabriel Pajot does it again. And the Islanders have a 2-1 lead. far wall. Green moves it near side. Kicked out by Beauvillier for Brock Nelson. He and Bailey 2-on-1. Here's Bailey for Nelson. They score! What a goal! Brock Nelson with his second. The Islanders with a 2-goal lead.
By Nelson away. Good start for the Philly Killers so far.
Zone entry, Everly now. Bailey, his shot stopped by Hart. The rebound for Everly. The backhander goes loose. Now a jam job, scores! Josh Bailey retrieves the puck, breaks the ice. It's a power play goal, and the Islanders are up by 1. Mayfield. Brock Nelson, a reset for the Islanders. Josh Bailey, their goal scorer, crosses the line, lays it for Nelson, who scores! Brock Nelson with a bomb from well out. Lots of time left, and the Islanders are within 1. He lost it. Clutterbuck along the boards, tied up again by Nate Thompson. Cal Clutterbuck. A power move out in front. They score! Derek Brassard got to it. What work by Clutterbuck. 2:41 left. Game 5 is tied with 6 seconds left in the power play. Goes by Nelson. This way it's Brassard. Nelson in back of the goal. Brock Nelson right up through the middle. Taves it, tipped in. Derek Brassard. He has his second goal. Spun off a body, hammered by Braun, off another body. That was Matt Martin. Here come the Islanders. Clutterbuck in control to the trailer. Martin, his shot. They score! Beautiful line rush by the Islanders. 18:36 left in the second. Game 6. It's time.
Good decisions with the puck and continues to be a very noticeable player in this game.
Nico Bay-Cubel serving the penalty. 20 seconds left in it. Barzal shot denied, and they score on the follow-up. Anders Lee comes through. It's a power play goal, and the Islanders lead for the first time. 35 seconds left in the second period. Sanheim flushed out by Brassard. A turnover. Barzal's on it. He'll dart. Matt Barzal scores! What a goal! Matt Barzal does it again. Awaiting is Scott Mayfield. He'll send it deep for Lee. He's defended by Myers. Now Jordan Everly will stretch it out. Cruising his Taves. Now Mayfield right in for a shot. He scores! Scott Mayfield with a bullet. And in Game 7, the Islanders are up. Dumps it all the way around. Goes by Sanheim. Nelson has it to the slot. Darting is Brassard. What a move there. He'll lay it across. Andy Green scores! What a play! 6:47 left in period 1. 2-0 Islanders. Field Andy Green have given the Islanders a 2-0 lead in Game 7. Tampa Bay Lightning will be someone's opponent. Game 1 Monday. This is Bailey. Josh Bailey across for Nelson. They score! That combination works again. Brock Nelson on the receiving end. 8:34 left in the second. Forced by Niskanen. 6:25 left. Philadelphia down by 3. Bailey. Nelson. Empty net for Beauvillier. He hits it. Anthony Beauvillier makes it 4-0. For Leddy. His shot blocked in front. And Leddy will trap the zone with Ryan Pulock. Here's Barzal. Out in front. There's Lee. Shot down by Vasilevsky. And they score. It's Jordan Everly. Listening to the one and only Eddie Olczyk. And the Islanders on the power play.
Maybe it just wasn't their night tonight, but maybe it might be time to just give Varlamov a clean slate, see how he goes with the start.
Through the slot, Nick Leddy with a shot. He scores! Nick Leddy finds an opening with 11:14 left in this third period. Under goals in Game 1, Clutterbuck out to center. Matt Martin moved across for Nick Leddy. He'll approach Ryan McDonough, who plays him well. The paddle down, a swat at it, Vasilevsky, and they score! Matt Martin getting to it out in front. Surprising Andre Vasilevsky. An opportunity for the New York Islanders.
Vasilevsky's got a pad problem. He wants the referee to blow the whistle, but he's not gonna.
Pulock with a shot, blocked the rebound. They score! Cal Clutterbuck.
Vasilevsky wanted the official to stop playing.
Hard way by Paquette. Right along the boards. Pajot to the point. Here's Pelech. He'll move it in. Turning stick of Barzal. Give and go. Pajot. Pelech. He scores! A beautiful goal!
He's late getting over to Pelech. He's still in motion, and Pelech put it right back where Vasilevsky came from.
Mayfield, a good play. Expedited ahead by Taves. Nelson, Beauvillier for the front. A drag move by Nelson. Nelson circles out in front. They score! Anthony Beauvillier on the spot. with 6:10 left to go in the second period. 3-1 Islanders. Off the stick of Nelson. Bailey cross ice right in, a chance blocked. The pass, Beauvillier gets it back. Nelson, he scores! Brock Nelson gets the pass from Anthony Beauvillier. 3:25 left. The Islanders back on top. Face off, controlled by Tampa Bay. Sergachev, Kucherov off a body off Pajot, Bailey, J.G. Pajot, straight away, impeded, he hits the bullseye.
Hook, there's the arm up, there's the slash right in the back of the legs, and Pajot says, you know what, I've had enough. And then everybody comes together. Saw everything that happened after that.
Beauvillier with good hustle there. Meanwhile, the puck turned on back and can be ragged through a lot of traffic and brought back on, and a shot, score! Brock Nelson, and it's 1-0 Islanders. The 7D configuration for the Islanders. Have not noticed Adam Pelech that much lately. But along with this now is Letty. Deep drive, score! The Islanders strike first. Pelech with a blast of a drive. To the back it comes Shattenkirk with a shot that is blocked back out again. Hustling back after it now. It's a feed across. Score! The Islanders win! Eberle has scored in double overtime! Hurries it on to Goodrow. Challenge there came from Boychuk. Puck turned back over. Barzal dropped it back off now to Lee. Here's Lee holding. Flipping one that skipped around and is taken out of stop attempt. Score! The Islanders connect upon Taves!
Cross for Pedersen. Tapped in by Aston Reese. And J.G. Pajot bangs it ahead, and here is Kyle Palmieri entering the zone. Palmieri takes it wide, takes a shot, he scores! Kyle Palmieri! He and Dobson selected back-to-back picks that year by New York. Both now playing in their first full NHL seasons. Here's Pajot catching the Penguins in a change. Pajot scores! J.G. Pajot rips it over the glove of Jory and ties it at 2. Though, to defend that pass. Anthony Beauvillier has had a couple of golden looks and hasn't been able to cash in quite yet. Here's Nelson again with a shot. He scores! Nelson with a shot that leaks through Jory, and with 4:10 to go, the Isles take the lead. Something that never had to deal with before and hopefully never will again. Here's Palmieri and Pajot into the Penguin zone. 3.5 to go here in OT. Palmieri with a shot. He scores! Kyle Palmieri, his second today, and the Islanders take game 1.
Way to get it done at the most opportune time. Bouncing puck, and he still is able to elevate it through a small window.
Side it goes. Mayfield with a shot. Stopped by Jari. He gets after the rebound. A step chance, and Jari had the paddle down. Popping out is Nelson. To the wall, brought in by Bailey. He'll cut out in front of Chance. He scores! Josh Bailey as the Islanders cut the lead in half. On the wing, Komarov. There's Barzal. He hits a seam. Shut down on the short side by Jari. Eberle. Now Barzal. All the way across. Mayfield. He'll delay. His shot. He scores! Scott Mayfield! And the Islanders have tied it. Move on, boys. Marino lost his helmet. He has to go to the bench. Now Letty with a shot blocked in front. Mayfield the follow. It's loose. They score! Cal Clutterbuck picks up the loose change, and the Islanders are within 1. Back to the point for Noah Dobson. Barzal from the half boards. Dobson walks the line. Draws Carter, has a defender. Barzal, Beauvillier, score! On Ceci. Scott Mayfield. A tip. They score!
He got a stick in. Nelson with the puck for the Islanders. Tries to get it out in front. Blocked off again by Crosby. Now a shot by Bailey. He scores! No, they want a shot.
Look, you're a veteran guy on that bench. You gotta tell him, say, look,
You got to shoot the puck.
Wallstrom cutting wide, saved by Jarry, and then a drive by Pulock. He scores! Barzal back out for Pulock between the circles. Nelson setting up in front.
Looking for a one-timer for Pulock.
Barzal to the far side, Saber, knocked in by Bluger.
Flicker takes his penalty. Then Letang takes his. And now it's a 3-0 game, and the Islanders are still on the power play for the next 50 seconds.
Here's Eberle.
Atmosphere here in the Steel City. Now Beauvillier one-on-one. Gensel a forward back. He'll cut in. He scores! What a goal! Anthony Beauvillier has tied it. With a head of steam, Jean-Gabriel Pageau wedged by Jason Zucker. Dumoulin moves it, attempts to, now a chance. Eberle scores! Jordan Eberle all alone out in front tonight. Now it comes all the way back. It goes by Evgeny Malkin. And again down to Tristan Jarry. A steal. Josh Bailey scores! Josh Bailey on a turnover. In double overtime, the New York Islanders have won Game 5. Nelson wins the draw. Now Ryan Pulock has a chance to get it out with help from Bailey. Here's Nelson. Dumoulin is back. Out in front, Beauvillier. He scores! Second crack at it, a steal by Jean-Gabriel Pageau. He'll get control, a wrister, blocker down the rebound. Right out in front, Kyle Palmieri for time. Goes it across for Ryan Pulock. Here's Beauvillier. Beautiful move at the line to the outside. Bailey, flat pass. Nelson. Nelson has 2 points. Bailey has 2. Beauvillier has 2. Ryan Pulock off the face-off. The Islanders have a 1-goal lead. Now Beauvillier. He'll start his engine with Nelson and Pulock, and this is Nelson in the slot with a shot. He's Jordan Eberle. Dobson again, the rookie, guarded by Bergeron. Straight away, he'll look it over. Wrist shot tipped. They score! Anthony Beauvillier staked out in the slot, and the Islanders have scored first in Game 1. This is Barzal one-on-one. Clifton is back. He'll dart. Now Komarov will follow it up. Out in front. Bend off by Barzal. Up top, Pelech with a bomb. He scores! Adam Pelech from downtown. And the Islanders have tied Nelson for Palmieri. He'll send it back to the point. Josh Bailey. Down the boards on Wagner. Now he creeps in slowly across it. Goes to the flex. Home! It pinballs by Tuukka Rask. Initiated by Josh Bailey. It's a power play goal. And the Islanders have topped the ice for Pageau. He'll go wide. He'll stop. Button hook. Lay it back. Letty with a shot through a screen wide. And they took it home again. Kyle Palmieri jamming at the side of the goal. Rask had no idea where it was. It's off the stick of Corrali around the clock. Barzal now will stretch it out. Side of the goal. Beauvillier out in front. They score! Jean-Gabriel Pageau on a beautiful play. It's a power play goal. And the Islanders are up by 2. Stopped by Varlamov. Carson Kuhlman looking for that one. Lozon clocked at the breakaway. Casey Cizikas with the game on his stick. He scores! Casey Cizikas wins it in overtime. And the Islanders have tied the series. Good forechecking by the Islanders. Letty at the line. Pulock goes wide off a stick off Corrali. It ricochets in for Barzal. He has room. Oh, Rask at the ground. It's Barzal. Here he comes. Out of the corner. He's defended by Curtis Lazar. Barzal protects the puck. Spins off that hit. Tries to walk in, impeded a bit. A penalty will follow. A chance in front. They score! Kyle Palmieri has tied it.
I think the whistle blew early. We'll see, Johnny.
A wrist shot, no tip available. Getting to it, Matt Barzal. Up top, it's Mayfield. Looking for a lane, denied by Coyle. They score! Matt Barzal right on the spot. And the Islanders have a 2-1 lead. And there goes Rask. Knocked down by Mayfield. Marchand pulls in. 67 seconds left. Clutterbuck. It's Casey Cizikas. Bullseye. Left. It goes right through the top of the crease and all the way back. 8 seconds left here at the Coliseum. Out to center. Pajot will get to it. They get another one. Keep that one in your back pocket. Off the draw now. Dobson. Picked up by Lazar. They hinge in. Barzal with a shot. He scores! He does it again. Matt Barzal is on a run. Picked off by the Islanders. Pullock all the way back again. Here's Leddy. Moved around for Bailey. Slowly in, out in front. A chance, they score! All alone at the side of the goal. Guess who? Kyle Palmieri. He'll circle the track. Move it to the outside again. Right out in front. Here's a chance for Bailey. He scores! That's hockey. What a play. Josh Bailey alone in front. Beautiful combination work, and the Islanders have a 3-2 lead. Diagonally across for Eberle. He'll dust it off, take it to the wall. Move it in now. Antonorti's the left shot with the right stick. Cross it goes, Eberle. He scores! Jordan Eberle on the weak side. Left alone, and he picks a spot. Skated it. He gets it back. He'll kick it out to Smith, who angles a pass, but it's held in by Pelech. Across they go. Here's Nelson. He scores! Brock Nelson set up beautifully by Anthony Beauvillier. A point-a-game player in the playoffs. Moves it back for Dobson. His shot patted down by Rask. They score! Travis Zajac on the rebound. And the Islanders are off and running. Back in Islanders ice. Nick Leddy paired on defense with Scott Mayfield. The Krejci line is out for Boston. A steal. Nelson right in. He scores! Right here at Nassau Coliseum, the final season of NHL hockey. The Islanders in a new building next year. Out in front, they score! Brock Nelson on the spot again, and the Islanders have a 3-1 lead. Back-to-back goals by Brock Nelson here in the second period. Pajot, low to high, Pelech at the point. He'll wrist it, stopped by Rask. The rebound trickles in! It's Kyle Palmieri, and the Islanders have a 4-1 lead in Game 6. 65 seconds left. Pelech to the wall. Cizikas, Pajot, Clutterbuck with a yawning cage. He hits it. The empty netter at even strength for the Islanders. 2 power play goals for Boston. A bouncer off Varlamov. 50 seconds left. Empty net again. It's angled down. Bullseye.
On the right side, Steven Stamkos blocked off by Leddy. And then the intercept and the lead pass for Barzal. Moving in, he shoots and scores! 1-0 Islanders. Matthew Barzal with his 4th in the last 5 games. Stoppage of the period. Lightning and Islanders play the first 5 minutes, 21 seconds of the third without a whistle. A drive by Pullock. He scores! 2-0 Islanders. Nick Leddy. The return for Bailey. Bailey caught by pass broken up, and then Nelson scores! .323 in favor of the Lightning. 2 goals from defensemen here in the third period. Ruda and Hedman as Eberle moves in with a backhand shot, and then Barzal scores. With 3:16 remaining, it is a 2-goal game. 8 of the last 9 shots. Puck took a funny bounce off the end boards. Comes to Martin to another shot, and that's stopped by Vasilevsky. Chernak tries to get it back to his goaltender. They score! Five and a half in, second period. Beauvillier for Nelson. Nelson spins it back across, and now a shot by Bailey. He scores! Out to the right point for Ryan Pulock.
No stick for Braden Point.
Long shot by Clutterbuck, and then Barzal scores! Net by Clutterbuck. Pellick keeps it in the zone. For Martin. Shoots it wide. Now Pellick towards the net. Martin to the puck. Backhand shot. He scores! Check by Yanni Gourde. And now Green moves the puck ahead onto the stick of Barzal. Barzal leaving it for Everly. Everly, backhand shot. Score! Barzal, tough angle shot through the crease. Comes out to Pellick. And now Barzal finds a cutting Mayfield. Shoots. He scores! Wristing the puck around. Ruda kept it away from Beauvillier. Now Bailey over for the Islanders. Now off a giveaway. Score! Anthony Beauvillier sends the Islanders down to Tampa for Game 7 on Friday night.
A turnover, I believe, by Blake Coleman. He tries to pass the puck to Jan Ruda, and then Anthony Beauvillier moves one way and shoots back the other. Game 7 in Tampa on Friday night.
The Canes have taken full advantage.
Well, interesting, in the season series between these two teams, 0 power play goals were scored.
And right back, the Islanders score. Off the deflection. Martin on the ice for the Islanders.
And all those penalties have just taken the wind out of the sails for the Islanders. They got to find a way to establish.
Palmieri with a backhand bid, and they score. With traffic in front, Kyle Palmieri puts it on net. Now Pellick goes D to D. 30 seconds to go. Glove down at center, picked off by Pellick. Up ahead on the rush, here's Barzal shooting, he scores! We are tied at 2. Leaves it back there. Palmieri through center, trying to connect with Brock Nelson, and Nelson scores! The Islanders lead on the road in the third.
So far, the Islanders still trying to find their rhythm offensively.
This one's held into the line. Out in front, they score! Casey Cizikas! Seconds of this power play. They get it back to the line. Pulock to John Gabriel Pajot. Here's Aho. Fires one in. Scores! Tipped by Palmieri. And the Islanders take the lead. 16 seconds to go in regulation. Here's Palmieri again. Gets it to Matt Martin. Back to Kyle Palmieri. Palmieri steps in. Martin in, shoots. He scores! And this place goes crazy. They're trying to get a shot. This one comes loose. Center on his front. Stahl was there. Pass never got there. And this one is in. Empty nets goal. Scott Mayfield.
Just remained to their identity. Kept getting the puck in deep and went to work, and they got rewarded.
And there's Cizikas with a turnaround shot. Tip and in. Anders Lee gets the tip, and it is 5-1. The route is on, and the
assists for Nason and a 3-point game for Aho with a goal and 2 assists. Puck loose out in front. Score! Pellick puts the Islanders on the board. Great job by our entire NHL on TNT crew. Here's Horvat moving it on a breakaway. Short-handed. Horvat scores!
By fashion, and the Isles will change. Past the midway point of this first period. Turned over in front. The shot and a score. Pierre Engvall. For someone to challenge him, and when no one did, why not? Just let it fly.
And that's why Islanders have not challenged the points.
Engvall shot. And it goes in.
The Islanders, there it is, a shot up high. Oh, man, off of Aho's face, but then hits it out of the air. Not a high stick. Legal goal.
He was looking to give it to Horvat immediately. Turned over. Here's Barzal's got a step. Has Bo Horvat with him. Barzal will shoot it and score. Matthew Barzal rockets one at 4-on-4 and restores the Islanders' 2-goal lead.
Kotkaniemi hit by Martin. Mark knocked down by Cizikas. Hurricanes in a change. Here's Clutterbuck down the right wing with a shot. He scores!
Point shots are going to be coming.
Yeah, once you're fighting along the boards and that puck heads back, you've got to make sure you block your man out. You can't look at the puck and say...
There's a tip from Lee. It's behind Anderson. He's in. The Islanders score. Kyle McLean, the last to touch it. Still 20 seconds away from being 5-on-5. Across the line. Defenseman, veteran Riley. Pass in front, down low, point blank chance. Score! Kyle Palmieri and the Islanders break through. Kyle Palmieri goal. And the Islanders working with a 1-0 lead. Cizikas on the forecheck. One-timer. Score! Bo Horvat, 2-0 Islanders. There's power plays in game 1. Down in front by himself, backhand, score! Power play goal! Anders Lee, 3-0 Islanders.
Here comes Pulak. Led the Islanders a nice time in the first period. Number 6 playing a lot tonight. Here's Pellick. Comes down low to Anders Lee. Throws it in front. Score! Engvall. Behind the net. Watched by Chatfield. Fasching. Protecting the puck. Still has it to the middle. Nice play. Pulak shot. Score! Brock Nelson makes it a 1-goal game.
A 3-time Conn Smythe Trophy winner as playoff most valuable player. Here's Barzal, stick handling, nice move on Shea, score! Seconds to go on the man advantage for the Islanders. Dobson steps up, shoots, save, rebound, score! Peugeot gives the Islanders a 2-1 lead with a power play goal. Shea had it taken away. Barzal with the puck. Good work by Horvat down low. Horvat from a tough angle. Now Bortuzzo with the drive. Score! Barzal crossing in front. The Islanders stay alive.
Called for slashing. The Islanders now going to try on the power play. Brock Nelson goes across. And the Islanders quickly get set up. Shot from the point. They score! Riley fires from the point. It finds the net. Jake Gensel tried to center, but knocked out, and Ryan Pullock will lead the Islanders out. A 3-on-2 of the Canes are beginning to get back. The right wing feed for Palmieri. In the middle goes Nelson. The shot. He scores! Brock Nelson on the rush. And the Islanders very much alive. Tight quarters. Barzal has it again. Sitting away from Aho. Barzal stops, centers it out in front of the shot. It hit a body in front. Pollock couldn't get it through. Back out for a shot. They score! Cizikas. Anderson was down. The Islanders have tied the game. They will not go away. It is 3-3 with 21.2 seconds remaining in the second period.